Think that the secret to healing 99% of illnesses resides in you, yes, in your very own body. You've probably heard the famous phrase, "The gut is the second brain." But do you know why? Believe it or not, the gut controls far more than just your digestion. It's responsible for sending direct signals to your brain, influencing your mood, your immune system, and even your ability to combat diseases. That's right, the health of your gut can determine whether you'll live a long and healthy life or be plagued by chronic diseases. Now, let me introduce you to the revolutionary philosophy of Dr. Hiromi Shinya, a true genius of medicine who healed even the most seriously ill patients. According to Shinya, death comes from the gut. This means that the majority of diseases begin with the putrefaction of food inside us. Processed foods, meats, and sugars not only rot in the gut, but also release toxins, deadly toxins, that spread throughout the body, poisoning your organs and destroying your health. But here's the good news. When you stop the putrefaction of food, 99% of diseases disappear. Isn't that amazing? That's why I invite you to pay close attention to this video until the very end, because I'm going to give you a valuable gift, a simple but incredibly powerful homemade recipe that will help cleanse your gut of all those toxins that might be making you sick right now. But before we continue, I want to ask you for something, a commitment. Not to me, but to yourself. If you are truly determined to transform your health starting now, leave the phrase "I can" in the comments. This simple act might seem silly, but it has enormous power. When you write this, your brain starts a process called commitment confirmation. Basically, by declaring something publicly, you mentally commit yourself to fulfill that promise, boosting your chances of success. And I believe you can. So, before moving on, type "I can" in the comments and share this video with everyone you know, because the teachings I'm going to share here are unprecedented and have the potential to transform your health in a way that you can't even imagine. Now that you're committed to your health and ready for a transformation, let's begin. The gut is a far more complex and essential organ than most people imagine. Beyond being primarily responsible for digestion and nutrient absorption, it plays a crucial role in balancing various bodily functions, impacting everything from the immune system to mental health. Many experts, like Dr. Hiromi Shinya, argue that death comes from the gut, referring to the central role it plays in the origin of numerous diseases. Recent scientific studies are increasingly confirming this connection. The gut as the second brain. This analogy arises because the gut possesses the enteric nervous system, a network of over 100 million neurons capable of operating independently from the central brain. This means the gut has its own capacity to make decisions, like controlling digestion and releasing neurotransmitters such as serotonin, which is responsible for our well-being and happiness. In fact, about 90% of the body's serotonin is produced in the gut. Studies indicate that communication between the gut and the brain occurs via the gut-brain axis, a bidirectional communication pathway linking the central nervous system to the gastrointestinal system. This axis directly influences mood, behavior, and even psychological conditions like depression and anxiety. Researchers at Harvard University, for example, highlight that intestinal disorders like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, can be linked to emotional imbalances and mental health issues. The gut's connection with the immune system. The gut is also the body's main defense organ, housing over 70% of immune cells. It is responsible for fighting toxins, viruses, and bacteria as well as regulating the gut flora, which consists of trillions of microorganisms known as the microbiota. When there's an imbalance in the microbiota, the body becomes vulnerable to inflammation and chronic diseases, such as autoimmune diseases and allergies. A study by Stanford University showed that dysbiosis, imbalance of the gut microbiota, is associated with diseases like diabetes, obesity, heart disease, and even cancer. Additionally, research published in the journal Nature revealed that the gut microbiota can directly influence the risk of developing neurological diseases like Alzheimer's, food putrefaction, and toxins in the body. Dr. Hiromi Shinya advocates the idea that most chronic diseases are caused by the putrefaction of food in the gut, especially when we consume excessive amounts of meat and processed foods. He explains that these foods take longer to digest and, over time, begin to rot in the intestine, releasing toxins that enter the bloodstream. These toxins cause inflammation, overload the liver, and damage the kidneys, affecting the entire body's functioning. A study from the University of Illinois supports this theory, showing that a diet rich in ultra-processed foods increases inflammation levels in the body, which can lead to the development of cardiovascular diseases, cancer, and metabolic disorders. Furthermore, the accumulation of intestinal toxins can also compromise brain health, contributing to neurodegenerative diseases. The impact of a healthy diet on the gut. A diet rich in fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics is crucial for maintaining gut health. Whole foods, fruits, vegetables, and grains help promote the growth of beneficial bacteria in the gut, while processed foods and sugars feed harmful bacteria that promote inflammation and contribute to food putrefaction. Dr. Shinya emphasizes the importance of a balanced diet rich in natural foods to prevent toxin accumulation. A Harvard University study indicated that individuals following a fiber-rich diet have a lower risk of developing inflammatory bowel diseases, such as Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Moreover, regular intake of probiotics can strengthen the immune system, improving the intestinal barrier and preventing infections. The gut's role in health and disease is undeniable. It is not only the center of digestion, but also a vital organ that influences the immune system, the brain, and even the onset of chronic diseases. By following Dr. Hiromi Shinya's recommendations and based on the latest research, it is possible to avoid food putrefaction in the gut and reduce the risk of developing 99% of diseases. Taking care of the gut is undoubtedly the first step towards achieving a long and healthy life. Foods that cause putrefaction and the worst villains for the gut. Let's explore the main foods that cause putrefaction and seriously harm our gut based on studies and research that confirm this information. Red meat. Red meat is often cited as one of the primary sources of high-quality protein, hemi-iron, vitamin B12, and zinc, being vital for various bodily functions. However, excessive consumption can cause serious problems in the gut. When consumed in large quantities, especially in low-fiber diets, red meat can be partially digested, and the remainder ends up fermenting in the large intestine, producing toxic compounds. Studies show that excess red meat can lead to intestinal putrefaction, releasing toxins that increase the risk of diseases like colorectal cancer. Research published in the Journal of Gastroenterology revealed that excessive consumption of red meats, especially when grilled at high temperatures, is linked to increased production of heterocyclic amines and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, both carcinogenic. Dairy products. Dairy products, especially those high in fat like yellow cheeses and creams, can be difficult to digest for many people, particularly for individuals with lactose intolerance. When poorly digested, dairy products tend to ferment in the large intestine, causing gas, bloating, abdominal discomfort, and in some cases leading to putrefaction. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that consumption of high-fat dairy products is associated with an increase in intestinal inflammatory markers. Additionally, high-fat dairy products can negatively alter the gut microbiota, favoring the growth of bacteria that produce harmful compounds like sulfides and ammonia, which can damage the intestinal wall. Ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods like fast food, filled cookies, chips, and sodas are high in additives, preservatives, trans fats, and refined sugars, all harmful to the digestive system. These foods lack fiber and essential nutrients for gut health, which disrupts the microbiota balance. A study published in the journal Gut showed that diets rich in ultra-processed foods are associated with reduced gut microbiota diversity, favoring the growth of pathogenic bacteria. Furthermore, these foods slow down intestinal transit, promoting protein putrefaction and increasing the risk of inflammatory bowel diseases like ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. Processed meats. Processed meats like sausages, salami, ham, and other types of processed meat are major villains for gut health. Besides being high in saturated fats and sodium, these foods undergo preservation processes involving the use of nitrites and nitrates, substances that can turn into carcinogenic compounds in the gut. The World Health Organization, WHO, classified processed meats as carcinogenic, especially related to colorectal cancer. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association indicated that frequent consumption of processed meats significantly increases the risk of bowel cancer, besides harming the gut flora balance, promoting chronic inflammation. Refined sugar. Excessive consumption of refined sugar, found in sweets, cakes, sodas, and other industrialized products, is harmful to gut health. Refined sugar feeds harmful bacteria, like those of the Clostridium species, which produce inflammatory toxins and damage the integrity of the intestinal barrier. This inflammation can increase the risk of autoimmune diseases and conditions like irritable bowel syndrome. According to a study from the University of California, high-sugar diets are associated with gut dysbiosis, with a reduction in beneficial bacteria and an increase in inflammation-promoting bacteria. How to improve gut health. Avoiding excessive consumption of foods that cause putrefaction in the gut is fundamental to maintaining microbiota balance and preventing diseases. By prioritizing a diet rich in fiber, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, it's possible to promote more efficient digestion and prevent inadequate food fermentation. Increasing the consumption of probiotics, like those found in natural yogurt and kefir, also can help repopulate the gut with beneficial bacteria, improving digestion and overall health. Dr. Shinya's theory, regenerating the body through a healthy diet. Dr. Shinya's theory is based on the idea that the body has a remarkable regenerative capacity when nourished with the right nutrients. By focusing on fresh, natural, enzyme-rich foods, he believes we can cleanse and regenerate our gut and the entire organism, preventing the onset of chronic diseases and extending our health. The importance of enzymes in cell regeneration. Dr. Shinya emphasizes the importance of enzymes in the body's regeneration process. Enzymes are molecules that facilitate virtually all chemical reactions in the body, from digestion to cell repair. He argues that when we consume enzyme-rich foods, like fresh fruits and vegetables, we facilitate digestion and help the body better utilize nutrients, thus saving energy for healing and regeneration processes. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that diets rich in fresh, minimally processed foods significantly increase nutrient bioavailability in the body, promoting cellular health and combating premature aging. Foods recommended by Dr. Shinya for cell regeneration. Raw vegetables, rich in vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. Raw vegetables are crucial for the body's regeneration process. They help cleanse the gut, promoting a healthy environment for the intestinal flora and facilitating digestion. Vegetables like broccoli, spinach, and kale are particularly recommended. How to implement. Add a portion of raw salad to each meal with a variety of fresh vegetables to maximize the intake of enzymes and essential nutrients. Fresh fruits. Besides being an excellent source of vitamins, fruits provide fiber and antioxidants that aid in the elimination of toxins and promote cellular regeneration. Papaya, pineapple, and apples are examples of fruits Dr. Shinya recommends due to their high content of digestive enzymes. How to implement. Consume fresh fruits as a snack, between meals, or as part of breakfast to get a daily dose of beneficial antioxidants and enzymes. Whole grains. Whole grains like brown rice, oats, and quinoa are rich in fiber that helps keep the gut clean and favors the balance of the gut microbiota. Additionally, they contain nutrients like magnesium and B vitamins, essential for cellular regeneration. How to implement. Replace refined grains, like white bread and white rice, with their whole versions to improve digestion and increase nutrient absorption. Legumes. Foods like beans, lentils, and chickpeas are rich in plant-based proteins and fiber that promote healthy digestion and help regenerate body tissues. Regular consumption of legumes can help reduce inflammation levels in the body, a key factor in disease prevention. How to implement. Include legumes in your main meals, whether in salads, soups, or as a side dish. Good quality water. Dr. Shinya also stresses the importance of hydration for body regeneration. Clean, alkaline water helps eliminate toxins, facilitates enzyme function, and keeps body cells hydrated and healthy. How to implement. Make sure to drink at least 2 liters of good quality water per day. Prioritize filtered alkaline water to optimize cellular health. The science behind the regenerative diet. Several scientific studies support Dr. Shinya's theory that the right diet can regenerate the body and prevent diseases. A study published in the British Medical Journal showed that diets rich in fiber from vegetables and whole grains significantly reduce their risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and colorectal cancer. Another study published in Nature Communications indicated that a diet rich in antioxidants and natural digestive enzymes can increase longevity by promoting cellular health. The benefits of enzymes and antioxidants: reduce inflammation, antioxidant-rich foods like fruits and vegetables neutralize free radicals that cause cellular damage and are linked to the development of chronic diseases. Improve digestion. Enzymes help break down food more efficiently, reducing the digestive load and preventing putrefaction in the gut. Promote detoxification. Consuming fresh foods rich in fiber and water facilitates the elimination of accumulated toxins in the gut and liver. By following these guidelines, you will not only be promoting gut health, but also helping your body regenerate naturally and effectively. Powerful, natural recipe to heal the gut. Over the years, the blue zones, regions of the globe where people live significantly longer and healthier lives, have sparked great interest among researchers and longevity enthusiasts. These areas, such as Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, Nicoya, Costa Rica, Icaria, Greece, and Loma Linda, California, are famous for their high rates of centenarians. One of the great secrets of these centenarians who live over 100 years and maintain youthful energy is their attention to gut health. The inhabitants of these regions not only consume fresh, natural foods, but also use traditional recipes that aid gut health, promoting longevity and vitality. The recipe we will share here is inspired by some of these blue zone practices, being a potent natural remedy to detoxify and heal the gut. By incorporating this recipe into your daily routine, you will be providing your body with the necessary nutrients to improve digestion, eliminate toxins, and strengthen the gut flora. Ingredients: 1 cup of warm water, approximately 250 ml, 1 tablespoon of flax seeds, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, juice of half a lemon, 1 tablespoon of organic apple cider vinegar, and 1 teaspoon of natural honey. How to prepare. Gently heat the water until it is warm, but not boiling. Add the flax seeds and chia seeds to the water and mix well. Let it rest for about 10 minutes, allowing the seeds to absorb water and form a gel-like consistency. Add the juice of half a squeezed lemon and mix again. Add the tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and the teaspoon of honey to sweeten and balance the flavors. Mix everything well and drink immediately. How to consume. Drink this mixture in the morning on an empty stomach, about 30 minutes before breakfast. This will allow the ingredients to act directly on the gut, stimulating digestion and intestinal transit. For best results, drink the mixture daily for a period of 30 days. After this period, you can continue consuming it 2 to 3 times a week for gut health maintenance. It is important to follow a healthy, fiber-rich diet throughout the day to maximize the effects of this recipe. Contraindications. Although this recipe is extremely beneficial for most people, there are some contraindications to consider. Pregnant or breastfeeding women should consult a doctor before consuming large quantities of chia and flaxseed due to their high fiber content. People with a history of severe digestive problems, such as irritable bowel syndrome, should introduce flax seeds and chia seeds cautiously to avoid discomfort. Anyone allergic to any of the ingredients should avoid consumption. Why are these ingredients so powerful? Flax seeds. Flax seeds are rich in soluble and insoluble fiber, which aids in regulating intestinal transit and eliminating toxins. They are known to form a kind of gel that helps sweep debris from the gut, facilitating bowel movements and promoting a healthy environment for beneficial gut bacteria. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism proved that regular consumption of flaxseed improves bowel regularity and can help reduce inflammation in the digestive tract, preventing the development of diseases like colitis and irritable bowel syndrome. Chia seeds. Like flaxseed, chia is rich in fiber and forms a gelatinous substance upon contact with liquids, which facilitates intestinal cleansing and improves colon health. Furthermore, chia contains omega-3 fatty acids, which help fight inflammation in the gut. A study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that chia not only improves digestive health, but also contributes to cardiovascular health, helping to reduce cholesterol levels and regulate blood sugar. Lemon. Lemon is known for its detoxifying and alkalizing properties. Despite being acidic, it has an alkalizing effect on the body, helping to balance the digestive system's pH and promoting healthy digestion. Lemon is also rich in vitamin C, an antioxidant that strengthens the immune system and fights free radicals. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition highlighted that lemon can help stimulate bile production, essential liquid for fat digestion, improving nutrient absorption. Apple cider vinegar. Organic apple cider vinegar is an excellent digestive regulator. It contains acetic acid, which aids the digestive process, balancing stomach acidity and promoting proper digestion. Additionally, apple cider vinegar helps regulate blood sugar levels, which can be beneficial for preventing insulin spikes and digestive problems related to excess sugar. A study by the American Diabetes Association showed that apple cider vinegar can significantly improve insulin sensitivity, as well as aid in weight management and improve gut health by balancing the microbiome. Honey. Natural honey, besides being a natural sweetener, possesses antibacterial and antioxidant properties that help promote digestive health. It aids in healing intestinal tissue, reduces inflammation, and supports immune system function. Honey also helps balance the recipe's flavor, making the drink more pleasant to consume. A study from the Journal of Food Science and Nutrition demonstrated that honey has a prebiotic effect, feeding the good bacteria in the gut and improving the balance of the gut microbiome. Benefits of the recipe. Improves intestinal transit. The combination of fiber from flaxseed and chia helps regulate the bowels, preventing constipation, detoxifies the gut. Lemon and apple cider vinegar help eliminate accumulated toxins in the digestive tract, promoting a natural cleanse. Promotes microbiota balance. The presence of ingredients rich in fiber and prebiotics helps nourish the good bacteria in the gut, essential for digestion and immune health. Regulates blood sugar levels. Apple cider vinegar and chia help stabilize glucose levels, preventing insulin spikes and preventing metabolic problems. By including this potent recipe in your routine, you will be providing your gut with the necessary nutrients to keep it healthy, helping to prevent diseases and promoting a long life full of energy, just like the centenarians from the Blue Zones. Now, I want to ask you a question. Did you find this lesson useful? What score from 0 to 10 would you give the content I shared? And from which city are you watching this lesson? This helps me understand how far our message is reaching and how we can help more people. If you watched until here and appreciated what you learned, leave the phrase, "My body deserves respect," here in the comments. This shows that you are committed to your health and the changes you desire for your life. Thank you very much for your presence today. If you believe this content can add value to other people, share it right now with as many friends and family members as possible. I am sure this lesson will be useful and can improve the health of everyone you care about. I'll see you in the next video. A big hug, and God bless.